I guess this is the video I hoped I'd never have to make. But here we are, 2019, third breast cancer diagnosis. I guess I give you a big recap. I thought I'd left my YouTube channel behind. I was pursuing my teaching career. I am still pursuing my teaching career, which I love and which has given me such purpose and such joy. But irrespective, 7 months ago, 2019, hip pain. That's where it began. A dull sensation in my left hip. I guess I left it for a couple of weeks, not too long, maybe 2, just to see whether it would subside. But since my diagnosis in 2011, and then you won't know this, guys, but I also had another diagnosis in 2016 in my left breast of breast cancer, and I had a mastectomy, no further treatment as it was caught relatively early. Unbeknownst to us, to my surgeon, unfortunately, a sneaky old cancer cell must have found its way from that left breast and travelled to its secondary location in my hip, in my upper iliac crest bone. So here we are, stage 4, a club I thought I would never be a part of, or at least I don't think that I ever would. I think the figure is around 30% of women that have a primary diagnosis will go on to have a secondary. Secondary doesn't mean cancer twice, it means that it has travelled outside of the primary area. So devastated, utterly devastated, because now my cancer is, in medical terms, deemed incurable. However, that word for me doesn't fit. It doesn't seem like a label that I'm comfortable placing upon myself. In fact, I've been working so hard over the last 7 months to live my new normal, to resist labels, prognosis, time, to ever talk time, because people do move forward with their lives from this. I know amazing women that have shared their stories that were diagnosed with secondary breast cancer 10 years ago, and are still going strong. So let's not talk time, let's talk management, let's talk living life. So just a real quick recap, this is what's going on. So I have MRIs, full body MRI scans every 3 months. Well, it's a privilege to be able to receive such treatment. Scans of equivalent, if paid for, are around £2,000. So I never grumble about paying my taxes, although we all know the NHS needs more funding. So I have my MRIs at Mount Vernon Hospital, which I cannot praise enough. They're so efficient, they're so knowledgeable, they're a real expert team. In fact, I had my second MRI yesterday, so we'll get results in around a week and a half. So they're keeping a real close eye on me for now, and fingers crossed it remains the same. The cancer is contained to the hip bone. So talk treatment. I am on Ibrance, which is also medically known as palbociclib, and this is an oral chemo. You might have noticed that I have my hair, albeit slightly thinner hair and slightly wet from the shower, but I have it. Okay, so this oral medication I take once every day for 3 weeks, and then I have 1 week off. Like a chemo, it does affect my white blood cells, and I do need blood tests every single month to check that I'm not running low. So far so good. My immunity has kept up, and I'm coping really well on this. So this is a magic drug, giving me time, so amazing. I'm also on hormone tablets. Now, before I spoke tamoxifen in my previous videos, and unfortunately it had stopped working. So they've transferred me onto letrozole, which is a little tiny pill that suppresses your estrogen, effectively casting you forward into medical menopause. So taking that every single day, teamed with my monthly Zoladex injections, do mean that I'm in the menopause now. So any hopes or dreams that I might have had of having children have been thrust away. I guess fortunately, if that's the right adverb to use. I never wanted children, not because I don't love children. I'm a teacher. I have hundreds of children and I love them. I always get emotional talking about them. They've done so well on their recent tests. So it's hard. There's a lot of women that wanted children in my case and that can't. So that's that. I just had my Zoladex injection yesterday as well. It's a rather large needle. I think I spoke about it before, but again, it helps to keep everything in place. So finally, where we're at right now, okay, with this fresh diagnosis, is that I am stable. Okay, and I'm sending that out into the universe now. Right now I am stable for my next results as well. So please reiterate that sort of positive affirmation for me, for my results. This isn't so much of a YouTube revival here. This is actually a video to call you over to my Instagram, and I've actually created an Instagram titled after the memoir that I did write when I was going through it the first time. And even though I didn't go ahead and finish the crowdfunding for that, for lots of issues, I think I needed to leave cancer for a bit. I am using the title now for my Instagram account, so it's Kate's under cleavage, and I'll link it down below. If you don't have Instagram and you're keen for some updates via here, then maybe give this video a like or a comment or subscribe, and I'll do videos on here every so often just to give you a kind of a summary. So yeah, Kate's _ cleavage on Instagram. Please give me a follow. I'll be updating there almost daily. There's so much to this new diagnosis, so many intricacies, my self-care, my hair, how I feel, the medicines, the routines, the treatments. I've even forgotten one of the treatments while I'm talking right now, which is the Zamita, which is a monthly bone infusion that works against the cancer but also works to strengthen my bones, where these sorts of drugs can do some damage in weakening them. So yeah, there's a lot to go through, so much to talk about, to discuss, so much awareness to spread, and I'm still acutely aware that there's not enough in terms of support for young people. There's a lot more than in 2011 with my videos, and so many of you told me that my videos, my channel was one of the first things you found, but now there's more, but still not enough. People don't understand. People still tell me, you'll fight this, you fought it before, and I will. But it's deemed incurable. We're not going to talk time, as I said, but, you know, it's hard when you hear those things. So that's about it for now. I don't want to waffle on for too long, but cancer 3 times before 30. Only me. I say, of course, not only me, but I seem to have some bad luck genetically. We still don't know what gene is responsible for what I'm going through. To have it at 21 seems incredibly young, and to have it return so aggressively as well. So anyway, please follow my Instagram account, and I would just love to sort of grow a community on there for support and awareness. Thank you.